Hey, good evening, Ted. Good evening, Kelly. Now, I can promise you, I am a Mainer, born and raised in this state, and I just can't remember ever seeing conditions like this out here. Guys, this is crazy tonight. You can just see the wind is just whipping across our parking lot. Earlier in the show, I was standing on just some of the snow that's piled up, and I got back out to stand here, and it's already higher. I mean, this is building up really, really fast. So literally moments ago, spring arrived. Now, when most people think of spring, they think of t-shirts and green grass and flip-flops, but these snowbanks behind me scream that we may have to wait a bit longer for most of that. And also for county emergency officials, they see snowbanks like these and see an elevated flood risk as time goes on. Hey, good morning, everyone. It's been a great morning here in the phone bank so far. We are at more than $2,000 raised so far, so we're super excited for that. But we know that you, Aroostook County, are going to just continue this effort. Hey, we want to hear from everybody. We want to hear from farmers. We want to hear from businesses. We want to hear from all our local folks who are going to help out. And how fun, when we get to $5,000, our Dixie Shaw is going to play her harmonica live on air. So who doesn't want to hear that? I know I do. I heard it over the weekend, and it's amazing. So you do want that to happen. All right.
Welcome back, everyone. Time for another full look at weather. I just took a peek in the newsroom, and I can see the sunset already coming out. Oh, sunrise.
Sean's already going to bed.
Well,
the rest of us are waking up to the sun. Yeah, hey, good evening, Kelly. It is a wonderful evening here at the University of Maine at Presque Isle. I'm here with Debbie Rourke, who is the UMPI Director of Advancement of University Relations. So, Debbie, I think you want to tell everybody how much money you guys just received.
Yes, we're so very excited.
So we should give a little bit of a preview maybe of how this whole thing works.
Absolutely.
Right? You're going to start off white in a white shirt. You're going to get some color. So I'll give you my microphone.
I've got some supporters here that are going to, committee members.
Here.
And the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go!
All right, so that's kind of how it works. You'll be like this by the end. You'll be sweating rainbows by the end of it. So make sure you come out for the Color Presque Isle 5K this Saturday. Registration's at 8. The race is at 9. All right, reporting live in Presque Isle, I am the colorful Katie Zarrilli for News 8. As you can see, it is happening behind me. There you go. There you can see Sinbad in the corner. They're taking off. The balloons are launching this morning. Some of them have already launched, of course. I've seen a couple of them get ready and then go. And this morning we're kind of just seeing more continue. So it is going to be a beautiful morning in Presque Isle. So make sure you look out, step outside, even if it's early, grab your coffee and go look for some balloons. Hey, good morning, Sean. Good morning, everyone. We are just so pumped about maple syrup right now. I am here at Bradbury Maple Farms in Bridgewater. Hey, good morning, Sean. We're here at the livestock area of the Northern Maine Fair, where a lot of these animals kind of waiting for their breakfast, right?
That's right.
Yes, good morning, Sean, from the gorgeous Gateway Bridge here in Holton, where the fireworks are going to be launched for Midnight Madness tonight. Jane tells me right behind us, right?
Right behind us.
Yes.
Yeah, and it is absolutely spectacular seeing them come up when you're standing up in Market Square, which we're looking at Market Square right now. And they come up over this bridge, and it's beautiful. Great photo opportunity. So just come down and take pictures.
I would think so, right?
Oh, it's wonderful. Yeah.
Good evening, Kelly. Matthew Davis is indeed guilty on 2 counts of murder. That's the conclusion a jury in Machias came to this morning. Now, this is a verdict that was met with much emotion today in the courtroom, especially from the loved ones of the deceased Michael Kitchen and Heidi Pratt. For the last almost 3 years, Mike Daigle's life was run by a machine. He had to be dedicated to dialysis because his kidney function was not at all good. He missed out on having adventures with his wife and watching his sons play sports. His future would continue to look like this if he wasn't able to find a person willing to donate one of their kidneys in order to help him. And on a Sunday in September, family friend Marissa Clark made the announcement he'd been waiting for.
I'm a match for you, Mike.
Oh.
I just started crying and stuff. I just couldn't believe it.
Clark has known Daigle for years. At just 21 years old, she was confident and peaceful about the decision to give up a part of her body to help his work better.
My surgeon and nurses said, you know, there's people born with one kidney every day and they live just fine with just one, so.
The two went in for their surgeries in mid-October. Clark's kidney immediately began working in Daigle's body. In fact, he says the doctors were amazed at how well it was working.
The transplant surgeon, I met with him and he said, you know, if we had a wall of all the transplants patient, he said you'd be the number one.
He now goes for follow-ups weekly and says doctors continue to be stunned. His life is already so much different and better than it was. He can participate and be an active member of his family now, and for that, they are grateful. One of his sons even told him so.
He said that, you know, finally, Dad, you know, we have you back.
And to know that she's the one who provided that precious, precious gift, Marissa Clark says that feeling is beyond words.
I don't know, it's crazy to know that, you know, I helped somebody live longer, you know, live a life and have their life back.
So like my wife keeps saying, you know, I'm a new man.
A new man who's planning to hike Mount Katahdin in the summer. A new man whose story gives the word gratitude a greater meaning. Katie Zarrilli, News Source 8. He's as modest as they come. Bob Beckman is in his 29th year working as a custodian for Woodland Consolidated School. When he found out recently he was being recognized for his hard work and dedication, he wanted to shy away.
I know it's probably sad to say, but it's not my cup of tea. I didn't know how to react. I didn't know how to respond to it.
Earlier this week, Ekman, who's also a bus driver for the school, was presented with the A. Burley Oxton Award for Excellence, which is presented to one Maine custodian every year.
But the more I thought about it and from what people were telling me, that it's a good thing. So I guess I'm okay with it.
Staff at the school can't fathom what they do without him.
He is the go-to person in our building. Anything that needs to be fixed, replaced, Bob, where do we get this? What do we have to do to fix that? He might look at a project and say, well, let me think about it for a minute, and then he comes up with this amazing solution.
Troubleshooting is his talent, but his passion is for the people, specifically the kids he serves and loves.
You've got your good days, bad days, but when you're in the store and you hear your name called from behind, it's just a young one. I mean, it makes it all worth it. It really does.
Ekman says his goal in his work lines up with the rest of the school's staff members to make sure students get what they need, even if in the simplest way.
We all pitch in together, so if a kid has a good day, you put a smile on their face, you've had a wonderful day.
And so, upon meeting Mr. Ekman, you'll learn he's not one for the spotlight. But when you look a little further, you'll realize it's because he's too busy helping others shine. In Woodland, Katie Zarrilli, News Source 8. Looking good. Crews at Double G Farms are working to take care of these freshly dug taters. Farm manager Olivia Garrison is pleased with what she's seeing.
The crop is actually looking a lot better than we thought. We're really happy with it this year.
Many farms began harvesting the week before last, and they're making good progress despite some heat, rain, and frost.
I think the weather has been the main challenge, just because when we first started, it was too hot. And once it gets to a certain temperature, you really shouldn't be digging, so we've had to have some early days getting done because of that. And then, of course, the rain, and we've had some frosty mornings too, so we weren't able to start on time a few mornings as well.
It's been a real good harvest so far.
Ronald Moore is a part owner of Moore Farms. This harvest, they've got about 700 acres to tackle in Woodland and Caribou, and he says they're about halfway there, which for his farm is right on target.
If the weather holds good, another week we should be in real good shape.
Both farms have high hopes for the future, both immediate and distant.
We're hoping to grow. We actually purchased a couple pieces of land over the summer this year, so we're hoping to put those into our rotation, and that'll help us slowly grow a little bit.
But the focus during harvest, of course, is the now. They've still got long days and lots of labor before their work is done. Katie Zarrilli, News Source 8.